wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Keep singing. I'm going to show everyone where we are for Christmas. It's about 6:30 at night. This is our balcony on the PP Islands. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's hard to believe that one of the most devastating natural disasters in modern history, the Indian Ocean tsunami, happened 20 years ago today, on December 26, Boxing Day, 2004. This catastrophe claimed the lives of over 234,000 people across 14 countries. But today, I'm not just recounting the tragedy. I'm exploring it through the lens of disaster psychology and the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. On December 26, 2004, a 9.1 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Sumatra, triggering a series of tsunamis that wreaked havoc on communities from Indonesia to Somalia. Beyond the staggering loss of life, countless survivors were left grappling with physical injuries, psychological trauma, and the task of rebuilding their lives. Disasters like this challenge us in the most profound ways. They test our mental fortitude, our social bonds, and our ability to adapt. In disaster psychology, we study how individuals and communities respond to such events, and there are key phases that we often see unfold. There's impact and shock. When disaster strikes, the initial reaction is often disbelief and confusion. Survivors of the 2004 tsunami reported feeling overwhelmed and disoriented, struggling to process the magnitude of the destruction. There's the heroic phase. Almost immediately, we see people coming together to help one another. In the tsunami's aftermath, neighbours became rescuers. Strangers offered comfort, and the global community mobilised to provide aid and support. There is the disillusionment phase. As the immediate crisis subsides, the reality of loss sets in. For many, this is the hardest phase. It's marked by grief, frustration, and even anger. Survivors struggled with the loss of loved ones, the loss of homes and livelihoods, and the long road to recovery ahead. Then we see the reconstruction phase. Over time, the focus shifts to rebuilding. Communities find strength in unity, and survivors often discover a resilience they didn't know they had. The human spirit is remarkably resilient. After the 2004 tsunami, stories of hope and recovery emerged from the devastation. For example, in Aceh, Indonesia, which bore the brunt of the disaster, survivors rebuilt their homes, their schools, and entire communities. Many found solace in their faith, whilst others channeled their grief into helping others. Psychological support plays a crucial role in the recovery process. Trauma counselling, support groups, and community-driven initiatives help people process their grief and regain a sense of normalcy. This highlights the importance of mental health resources in disaster recovery. But it wasn't just the professional interventions that made a difference. Acts of kindness, shared experiences, and the sheer will to survive brought people together in extraordinary ways. This is the essence of human resilience, finding strength in connection and purpose, even in the darkest of times. The 2004 tsunami was a tragedy of unimaginable scale, but it also revealed the depth of human compassion and the capacity for recovery. By understanding the psychological impact of such events, we can better support those affected and prepare for future challenges. Compassion and resilience are not just traits, they are choices we make every day. The human spirit is stronger than anything that can happen to it. And although this disaster was 20 years ago, for many it may feel like yesterday. And today, through the celebrations of Christmas and the festivities of this time of year, it takes but a moment to remember.
And a happy